Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, we're going to continue with the next part of session 8. So previously, we talked about the building an intelligent system that can call on another tool. So basically, we're in a world of agentic AI. And we use tiny tool to simulate tool calling. For example, one person could talk to another person, even though these are simulated personas. So today we're gonna see how we can build together a small system that can partially do that. So I'm a little under the weather, so I'm gonna go off camera. But with that being said, let me share my screen. So we're gonna go to our conventional setup, win360search.com, and then right now I'm on the Blueprint platform. On this page, basically fire up an instance. I can go full screen, and then here I install Win360 CLI. So let me show you guys what I did here, and then we can then put it on Hugging Face or put on GitHub. So here, what's happening is I basically said I want to build a .py script that is essentially a Gradio app, and it needs to do the following thing. There's a sidebar that allows user to enter API key. There's a main chat panel that uses the Anthropic Claude completion framework to allow user to talk to it. And then here's a use case. You can talk to it like a normal chatbot, or user can use chatbot to call tools. And for example, one of the tools is another Python function or Python script that, for example, builds a logistic regression model on MNIST dataset using Torch. So that's kind of it, right? Uh, these bullet point 1, 2, 3 listed out exactly what it is that I'm looking for in a chatbot. So let me zoom in a little bit more. And then here we go. Just one paragraph of command and pretty much illustrated what the system need to look like. So once I said it, the agent Win360 is going to give us the script. So based on the description, you can kind of expect there are two scripts, right? One is the chatbot script, and the other one is this logistic regression model. So we're going to look into script, but before we do that, here is a quick summary, right? There's a Gradio app, so obviously there's some sort of app.py, right? And then there's a MNIST tool, which is the Python script that builds the logistic regression model. So here actually are some example usage, which is very interesting. But we don't have to do that. Now let's take a look at the two apps. So the first one is the app.py. We can go through this together a little bit. The most important thing I would say is the tool calling. So here we have a class object that's customizable that it says Claude tool chatbot. So there's a tool calling here, and here we define the tools, right? In this case, the tools is MNIST logistic regression. And this needs to correspond with pretty much this function here, right? And that's no surprising because this function is not falling from sky, right? This function is written in this script, right? So it's this second script, MNIST logistic regression .python script. And in the script is pretty much what we talked about before. There's a logistic regression model, and there is a MNIST dataset. Now this MNIST dataset is downloaded. We do a couple of data engineer, and then we put together in a data loader. So once it's done, we can then train a model. So this script is callable, right? And the reason it's callable is because we can import it, and it's because it's in the same directory. So all that's being done here in this class object. And once this class object is well defined, we have this schema here. And this schema here tells the large language model that if you're going to call a tool, the schema is essentially a list of features that is required for that tool calling. So hopefully that makes everything clear for the large language model. And large language model is going to know what exactly is that's needed to run that script, right? It may not be clear for you, right? A human might look at this and be a little bit confused, right? Um, Especially this is the first time you're seeing it. If I tell you, hey, learning rate has to be a number, you don't necessarily know what that means exactly. Now, of course, for the student in this class, hopefully you guys already know that learning rate is one of the parameters that you need to train a neural network model. But for regular people, this is hidden, right? Especially you're building a chatbot, you're talking to it, you're allowing the user interface to be natural language. In that case, schema is just hidden in the back. So that's the understanding here. That's pretty much the main function. All the other functions are just helper functions, right? For example, say API key, that's obviously a helper function. Here, execute the tool is to call the tool. So here, we basically use a very simple if statement. So the condition is if the tool name actually be the MNIST logistic regression, and then what we're going to do is we're going to register these variables. And once we register these variables, we can then safely execute that line of code, which is train MNIST model. And we know that this function exists and this function is correct because we imported in the beginning and that is from this MNIST logistic regression script. So I can find that function for you guys, and we can examine the function together, right? Train MNIST model, and that is from here, train MNIST model. So everything is kosher, everything is set up correctly, and then this execute tool can then be invoked, right? So here is the chat function, and inside of the chat function, you start talking to it. Maybe you make an API call, chat completion, right? And then here you want to check the content block, and then inside of content block, you check the tool use. And this tool use is when you want to see if you need to execute a tool, right? If you do need to execute a tool, here is a function that help you execute a tool, to which then you need to provide the tool name and the tool input. So that is how the system is set up. And then if there's a result, then you append it, right? So it's a very simple system, and that's how the system is set up. And that's the backend. And then once you have the backend, we're not done yet, right? We're talking about some sort of application. That means there's also front end. So CCS is the front end language that better defines or better styles the front end. So you have a little bit of CCS here, bounding box, sidebar, things like that. And then the main user interface is defined in this Gradio blocks, or also known as gr.blocks, right? Now, of course, you can always read an API document and figure out the way to design a user interface using Gradio in Python is this gr.block, gr.html. You can spend 5 hours figuring this out by yourself, or you can ask a large language model, right? So for the sake of this class, of course, you can ask a large language model, and large language model will give us out of the box, right? So how it works is it's a grid system. A grid system means there's rows and there are columns. So with this row, we define a column, and within that column, there's setting or whatever, right? And then within the next column, maybe there's a chat bar or something like that. Maybe there's a text box, something like that, right? And then in the end, there are a couple of buttons. You hit the button, it triggers a function. And maybe the function is called handle message, something like that. And handle message is, of course, well defined. And then in the end, you just launch the app. So it's really that simple. And all of that can be written by a large language model if you just have the right idea, right? So really, the human input here is this paragraph. And if you know to write this paragraph with full clarity, then the large language model can pretty much do the rest for you. But the premise is you need to write this paragraph with full clarity, and you need to understand what exactly is the system that you are building. So now with all that being said, then you can of course run it. Here I ask Win360 to run it, and then I have to confirm to say that it's safe to run it. And then you have to fire up with this endpoint, and then in 5 minutes you're gonna get a timeout. So after that, then you're done, right? So now you can then go to a GitHub repository Let me go to a GitHub repository. And then I can create a new repository. And then maybe here I say assignment 2025, 1104, something like that. I say test. And then public is fine. Here we're going to say add README file. We're going to say create repository. And then it's a matter of copy paste, right? So let's do this nice and easy. First thing we're going to do is the requirements. So let's add a file. Let's say requirements. Let's put the package here. Let's say commit, and you are good to go with the package. Once you have the package, you obviously need the Python script for the Gradio app. So just copy that, and then here you can just simply say, let's make the name clear, Gradio Claude app.py, and then you can just paste the code here, say commit changes, you are good to go. Next is the helper script. Here we can copy the entire script. The name of the script is MNIST logistic regression. So here we say add file. We're gonna say MNIST logistic regression py. Gonna put the files here, say commit. Great. You're good to go. And then the last one is a README file. Always have a README file. Here we already have a template one. All you gotta do is edit and just update the entire thing. So you're gonna say commit changes. Now everything is clear. If you just have this kind of facility set up, then I know what need to be done, right? I know how you need to set things up. I know how you can run it. I know the usage. I know the use cases. I know you can trigger tool calling. You are good to go, right? So now everything is ready. Now you can just take this GitHub URL, copy it, right? Now you can go back to the app, go to repo, and then put it on the marketplace so other students can see it, myself included, and then you are ready for project two. So if you can do something like this for project two, that convinces me that you've done through the whole process, right? Um, Once it's on the marketplace, people can leave a comment, people can critique. Uh, just makes everything easier, right? So this is the one I just posted. I can view on GitHub. That's the one we just created just now. So if you can do this, that convinces me you have all the bells and whistles ready, right? You have requirements.py. So I can then go in there and see if the package that you wrote can be installed or not, right? So I can at least have some way of verifying that the package that supports your code exists correctly or not. Then there need to be a main app.py. So this is the first Python script that you need to have. Inside the Python script, there need to be some sort of a tool calling. And then in the end, there's need to be a chat function. And then in the end, there's need to be a create app function. So there's a back end, there's front end, right? So when I say front end, I'm talking about HTML. I'm talking about the things that the users see. When I say back end, I'm talking about these tool calling, these functions, execute tools, things like that. So that gives me the understanding that you know what to do to put together a Gradio app. So uh, that is the biggest component. And last but not least, to finish up the agentic framework, to finish up the tool calling portion of this project, you also have this .py script that is some sort of a data science project. So in this case, you have a .py script that is an MNIST logistic regression model that builds a model that loads a real data set, and then that trains a model on the spot, and then in the end it tested it. Here's how you test it, and then it will train it and produce some sort of results, right? So this convinced me that you have an independent Python script that carry on some sort of data science project. Now, of course, you can use simulated data, you can use real data, you can use random forest, you can use sampling methods, you can use neural network, you can use this Python script is arbitrary, right? It can be whatever you want. It can be executed on the spot by this chatbot. So all these together completes project two. You don't have to do exactly what I did here. You can do Streamlit application. You can do Gradio. You can do anything else, right? Anything else. So the components, the framework is really what I'm looking for, right? You need to have a requirements that tells me what package you're doing. You need to have a Python script that designs the application, and you need to have a helper script that does a little bit of a data science project, that is the tool calling. So that's really it, right? That's really the components I'm looking for project two. If you can put together this, then you are good to go, right? Then you can take this URL, you can submit it, right? You can submit it on the submission form, you can submit it here. Both places are valid. So hopefully this video is clear. Hopefully this video give you a clear idea what's being expected for the final deliverable of project two. And then yeah, I look forward to see what you guys have built, and then hopefully you guys have a lot of fun with it. Best of luck, and feel free to email me if you have any questions.